here's a summary of it.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. We're very excited to have Ted Saihara here today, who's the principal of Hibiscus Agency. And he's been attending Hankyu the past few years because of his clients. And he's just a very good, very curious person. He sees the potential, and we figured out a way to work together. So we put together a very good training program, preparing companies. And also we're going to be doing data gathering, and at the end, after the Hankyu fair is over, have a chance for all the companies to share feedback. What was good, what needs working, and how do we move forward? So the idea is have a very good fair, the best that you can be this coming July, and then come back and we look at everything and then plan ahead for next year, right? So I'm going to start with a bit of information about HiSTEP first, and then I'll jump into Ted's presentation. So if you bear with me just a few more minutes. HiSTEP is our export development program. We are very fortunate to be working with the U.S. Small Business Administration, who shares a grant with us every year. Jamie Love's not here today because she's actually writing the grant for the STEP program. And so we received money from this SBA, which in turn we put together 3 different parts of the program. Export readiness, which is a training, which this today is part of, market entry and expansion, which Hankyu is part of, Hankyu Fair, as well as other programs such as FoodX, Tokyo International Gift Show, etc. And then finally, we have the company assistance program, which is, it's a grant program, but it's very clunky. You have to, we have an RFP that goes out in the fall. You submit by early January, and then there's a committee that actually reviews your export plan. What is your plan for Japan, for Korea, for Australia, etc.? And we look at those, the committee looks at those plans, and they award the money to the ones that have demonstrate the highest chance of success, right? So we have various deadlines. We're going to, now that you're on our, in our system, you're onboarded, we need you to, first of all, register, make sure that you're registered so that you can get information about all these programs as we go forward. The good thing is that, being part of the Hankyu Fair is a very good chance to not only get into Japan, but really to look at ways to help your company to expand. Yeah. So we're going to be working with you. That's why Ted is here. That's why I'm here. And to really figure out how do you go from here, right? What is your plan to expand as much as you want? You may not want to go super big. You may want to stay. It's up to you. It's your business. But if you want to grow, you ask us and you say, what are the things that I need? Here are my challenges. What are the potential solutions, right? Okay, so make sure you register online if you have it. Okay, I'm going to just repeat ad nauseum. Please register, because if you don't, then we don't have your information. We can't get started. Yeah. After you register, you will be assigned a partner. We have various partners at different levels of maturity of your business, different areas such as scaling your business, right? If you're a manufacturer, you need equipment. If you're a veteran, or if you served, there's different programs for veterans, and of course women-owned businesses and other disadvantaged groups. And then after that, after you get your consultation, direct you to here's where you should go, right? Market entry. So you've already been directed to the Hankyu Fair for various reasons, whether the Leiko Rogers found you, or an importer found you, or I found you, and you're already at this point. And going forward, let's keep working together and keep communicating, so that we can help you moving forward. So enough about HiSTEP. I'm going to close this down and get Ted's slides up. Okay, and I'm going to turn it over to Ted Saihara, who is your best friend going forward, because he's going to tell you all the good things about Hankyu, how to succeed, and how to be your best. Okay, take it over, Ted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lyle. Thank you so much. I am so happy to be here today to talk to you about the Hankyu Hawaii Fair. My name, as Lyle said, my name is Ted Saihara. I own a Japanese digital marketing agency here in Honolulu. We've been in business for almost 20 years, getting old, but helping local businesses reach the Japanese market. And today I'm here to talk about, again, the fair and what you should do to prepare for it. In the past, as Lyle said, I've been to the fair. It's one of the best Hawaii fairs in Japan, and I believe. I met great business people in Japan from Hawaii. And what I learned through my experience attending the fair was that the businesses that I met came from Hawaii was not fully prepared for the opportunity that they were going to get right at the fair. So again, today I'll talk about what you should know before you go and do. The whole preparation process. We only have a few weeks left. It'll be starting July 10th. So it's right around the corner. So I just want to spend today to sort of discuss what you should be prepared for this great opportunity that you have. This is a 6-part webinar series, 2 this week, including today, 2 next week, and a final 2 when we return from the fair. And I'll also be at the fair again, starting July 10th. So feel free to contact me anytime, even at the fair. And of course, after we return, I'm hoping to keep that connection with you so that we can help you from now all the way throughout the fair and the whole experience with you. You can see I don't use too many slides. We'll get there, and I tend to talk a lot, so I'll get to the point. But if you miss anything during this webinar, if you don't understand certain things, contact Lyle, contact me after, or leave a chat message in there. I think it's really important. We're here to help. So it's that conversation. Ask any small, big questions. I think that's going to really help get the best out of this experience next month. In the past, again, I really feel great about this fair, and I'll explain why. But back in 2022 was a big sort of reason I wanted to go. It was right after COVID. Japan opened up. The Japanese people couldn't come to Hawaii for 2.5 years. And as a Japanese marketing company in Hawaii, I had obviously a big interest in seeing, do people in Japan still love Hawaii, right? So I used the 2022 Hankyu Hawaii Fair when it opened up for the first time after COVID. I went there. I wanted to see how many people come, what type of people are still coming, is there love for Hawaii still? And it was a blast in 2022. People are still wearing masks, as you remember. You weren't supposed to be in a crowded place yet, but the place was crowded, and I should be saying that. But and it was probably the biggest hits pre-COVID. And then after that experience, of course, I wanted to attend again last year, 2023. It was more for me to now get really down to business, really meet those companies. I had a few companies that we were working with previous that were attending. So, and I met some people that had some connections with the fair. But I wanted to really get to know what the fair is really more about from a business standpoint. Meet as many Hawaii companies there that were attending last year. But most importantly, I met Lyle a little before the fair, and he really pulled my hand and
just a second.
taught me the ins and outs of how this fair is run, not only from the Hawaii side, excuse me, but through how the fair is run and directed through the Hankyu department store side. And then what's the most exciting part of this is this year, being the 10th year anniversary. So you can imagine all the success that the fair had for the past couple of years. This year is going to be probably the biggest, the most effort Hankyu will probably put effort into, and make sure everyone in Japan knows about this. So if you are attending this year, I feel you're very lucky, and there's going to be great opportunity for you. And I would be really excited for next month's fair. And again, I got to jump in my slide, but I think it's really also important to know about what Hankyu department store is. I don't know if any of you had done some research about the greatness of this Hankyu department store. Let me just tell you so that you have a good understanding, a scope, a background of where you're going to be. And it's an extraordinary, unique place. Hankyu department store was established in 1929, not a couple of decades ago, but what, 95 years ago, if my calculation is right. The entire department store has 904,000 square feet, 50 million annual visitors, one of the largest chain of department stores. And the one that you're going in Osaka Umeda is the flagship store, situated in the railway terminal Umeda. So there's a lot of traffic, a lot of foot traffic. It's great for business. The whole building is spanning 2 floors underground, 13 above ground. The store has world-renowned luxury fashion brands and one of the Japanese largest beauty and cosmetic departments, as well as 2 food floors in the basement and 2 restaurant floors at the top. Don't forget to go to these 2 downstairs floors to get your presents for your friends and family going back. They have the best food down there to buy, so it's a great place to get your omiyages. And the 2 restaurants at the top is the most delicious restaurants you'll see. So don't forget to go for lunch or dinner when you're there. So enough of the history. You think you can get more of that information online? I'm starting to sound like a Hankyu salesperson here, but I'm not. I'm here to tell you more about what businesses in Hawaii can get out of this experience. So let's get to the slides. Thank you, Lyle. This slide here is sort of the growth. The growth chart, maybe starting from 2014, the beginning year, they made $381,000 sales. Great. And then over the years, 5 years later, 2019, 1.5, almost 1.6 in sales. And then COVID hit. And as I said, the 2022 was a key point for me to wanting to know how successful this fair is going to be. And of course, it hit 1.8. And then Lyle told me 2023, last year, they hit 2 million revenue and 130,000 people attended. That's pretty amazing. And I can't imagine what's going to happen this year with all the efforts that are going to be put into this fair. Below it is the online version, right? With this hype that's happening over the years, they're trying to leverage this experience and put it online so that after that 6 days, the sales can continue online. And that's a brilliant and obvious e-commerce concept that I would love to see the growth in this too. Lyle, the next slide, please. So video from the Hankyu Fair. This is a video that I took secretly when I was there last year. And I thought this would be a great chance to see what it's like when you're there. And this is what we saw last year.
Yeah. Well, he helped. He did a really good job. I basically did the overview.
Unfortunately, we can't hear the sound, but you can see how many people are at the event. It's not only hula performances, music performances, interviews. Reiko-san's interviews are great. It's a very intimate environment, as you can see. And a lot of the customers that come here is highly engaged. The environment is very sort of unique. They rebuilt this department store back in early 2000, reopened in 2012 to create this experience type. It's not just about going to a department store and shopping. It's about meeting people, learning the new culture. It's not just Hawaii. They bring European cultures from all over the world. And there's a lot of people that attend this, especially Hawaii is one of the most popular ones that they have over the year. And again, as you saw, these customers are so engaged. They're so happy to meet you. So again, an opportunity for you to not only showcase your brand and your product, but you have to really communicate with these people, these Japanese customers that are interested in Hawaii brands, and that opportunity is going to be very beneficial for your business. Lyle, thank you. Next slide, please. So I'm not sure if any of you heard of this app called Line. Line is a messaging app. It's like WhatsApp, where people can text each other and talk to each other. Lyle, next slide, please. 94% of the people in Japan, no matter how old you are or whatever, 94% of the people in Japan use this app. The reason why is that this is the only way they really communicate. Us here in the US, we trade, when we meet, we trade phone numbers. Not much phone numbers get traded. It's using the Line app. There's a QR code feature. Take a snapshot of the QR code and you're right away connected. You can text each other. This is the way the Japanese people stay in touch. So before you leave Hawaii to the fair, make sure you install the Line app and use that to meet people in or outside of the fair. That's really the only app that people use there to stay in touch with you. Another way from a business standpoint, if you meet a potential business partner, that's a great way to stay in touch. Also from a customer side, let's say you meet 20, 25 customers that are really interested in you. Of course, you're probably going to follow your social media accounts, but this Line account is very special because when they friend you and you guys become friends through the app, you can directly speak to them like if you were texting them. Not a direct mail, but if you text them through Line, it's just like they'll get it as if you were getting a text. So it's a direct. I wouldn't say you're intruding them, but they're a friend. They should be excited to hear from you. And a Line app is a great way to really directly connect to them. And you can also offer exclusive discounts. Maybe let's say a month after you leave the fair, you want to just give these exclusive present to these special 2025 customers that you met. And a great way that I've seen in the past to create loyal customer base, right? They're special. You're treating them special and creating a loyalty-based audience and growing that word of mouth, them telling their friends, growing that loyalty is really a key point from a Japanese audience perspective. So again, please make sure you download the app before you go. Lyle, next slide, please. Translate social media posts. What do I mean by that? Let's say a week or two before you go, 1 week before you go, do a post saying to your followers in English, hey, we got selected. We're going to this great fair in Hankyu, Osaka, Japan. Very excited. And at the bottom of it, in Japanese, if you have Japanese followers, they'll appreciate it. If not, it's still okay. Let me explain. Say something like, hey, we're attending the Hankyu Hawaii Fair next month or next week. Really excited to meet you all. DM me if you want to schedule an appointment to speak or something like that, right? Write that in English, translate it using ChatGPT. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but at least you're trying, and at least you have that Japanese content. I would also use like maybe 3 or 4 hashtags. Take it from the Hankyu Hawaii Fair Instagram account. Maybe 3 or 4. Put a Japanese hashtag in there, maybe Hankyu Fair, hashtag Hankyu Fair, hashtag Hawaii Fair, whatever it may be that they're using. try to get a little attention from the Japanese side. If you have a follower that are Japanese, they're gonna really appreciate that, and they're probably if they don't even live in Osaka, they might come and see you, right? That's gonna be very exciting. A loyal customer base creation. Also, if you don't have any Japanese followers, that's fine. Still do this because when you go there now, right, and when you're there and you meet a Japanese customer and they love you, let's say, and they want to follow you on your social media account, and they see one post, two posts in Japanese, they're really going to appreciate that. Probably comment on that and show that off to some of their friends and create sort of this, a natural marketing process of gaining more loyal fans in Japan. And this would be something easy, right? I'm not telling you to create a whole Japanese website or anything like that. Just translate one or two posts just to get ready, to let the Japanese people know that you're going to be there. And social media would be a great way to start. Lyle, next slide, please. The same concept here, but not on social, maybe on your website. If you have an e-com site or a website, maybe do a ChatGPT translation on your About Us. Below it, just have a Japanese translated version. On your product pages, especially the products they will be bringing to the fair. Let's say you have 10, 15, whatever it may be. Have a simple ChatGPT translation in Japanese so that when you're there and you meet the customers, you can use a QR code for them to use to go directly to your website so that they can read more about the product, let's say, or read more about you to understand who you are more than what you probably be able to explain in English to them when you're there. And you make that connection, right? You make that connection, and now they know where you are online, that you can retain that relationship. And that's very important. Next slide, please. And again, the same concept here. The QR code, right? Let's say maybe you place that at the fair, at your booth, maybe place that QR code on your price tag or next to your product, maybe a sticker, I'm not sure, it's up to you. Or maybe create a signage, right? Create a signage with your brand logo, your social media handles so that they can follow you. A line QR code so that they can friend you without speaking to them. That could be easy. And also this other QR code that goes to your product page, to your About Us page, let's say. Don't bring them to your English homepage. Bring them first to your translated page so that they can see that, read about you, and really sort of appreciate that you're putting your best into wanting to make that connection with a Japanese audience. And again, what's really important here and the opportunity that you're getting is you're going there is making that connection with this Japanese customer base, making that connection first, and then keeping that relationship, right? After the fair, month down the line, half a year down the line, they still keep coming back, communicating with you. You're communicating to them about new things, probably exclusive because they're so special, and make them feel special, and creating that long-term connection to create a loyal base. Japanese people tend to, if they connect with you, they understand your story, they are the best audience to create loyal customers. So I believe personally with this experience that you'll have going to the fair, they're all going to be Hawaii lovers. They're going to track down looking for what they want. They have the opportunity to speak to you. And that's a great business opportunity for a business from Hawaii, contacting those Japanese customers. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can get people to speak.
Oh, right.
Bridget and Sarah are muted now, but if you have any questions, you can put something in the chat or the Q&A actually, and then we can address those.
Or
Just
if
to,
not,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
just to add to what Ted was saying about, you know, the type of people who are coming to Hankyu. So Hankyu, as Ted explained, you know, long story. They are excellent at experiential marketing, right? It's not selling products. It's really about the experience of enjoying Hawaii. And I think you can see the video. I apologize, the sound wasn't working, but what you could see is they make it try to look like Hawaii, feel like Hawaii. And so they're able to be there. Everyone gets excited and say, okay, I need my fix. I need to get my cookies. I need to get my, you know, things. Hankyu is also very good at the latest trends. So Hankyu is really a trendsetter. They're information providers, and what they do is bring the latest and greatest, the best in category, the first time to Japan, first time to Osaka. So you folks are being new to Hankyu. They saw something in you that you could get, you know, people's attention, and hopefully you'll get a foothold and really start engaging with customers, selling product, getting, you know, new fans on social, online, and then continuing on with that, right? So the great expected outcome is you do so well that you would want to go back. It's worth your time because we know your time is very valuable to be there for 6 days, right? And spending your time there and being in front of the consumers because they want to see you. They want to see you there. They want to meet you. They want to be fans. Ted's going to talk about this further about, you know, for tomorrow. But the goal is when they come back, when it's able, you know, the yen will allow them to travel back to Hawaii. They will then come to Hawaii and seek you out and they'll look for your products and all. So again, this is really like the best area for you to really show your best. And but it's the first time, right? You're going to keep trying and you're going to keep working at it and see how it goes. But do we have any questions or? Okay.
Well, if you have any questions later, you know, you have our contacts.
Yeah, you can definitely email Ted, email myself, and you know, Reiko's supporting you with logistics right now, as well as anything else. Speak to your importer for sure if you have any questions about what do I do next. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're emailing, you're talking on Zoom, getting ready for the fair, but we are here to support you. So you know, anything that you need, just let us know. We'll make sure you get the right people in to support you, and you know, really be ready to enjoy yourself, right? Because having fun, being in that great environment, and being positive, I think that you're showing the best of Hawaii, right? To the Hawaii lovers, and to you know, give them what they desire, right? You know, is to touch Hawaii and to be part of that experience and to get to know more people from Hawaii. So, okay. Any? Oh, thanks, Scott. Yeah. So, just put in the chat Ted's email address, my email address. Okay. No questions, Bridget, Sarah? Okay, I'm taking your silence as assent that we're gonna wrap things up so everyone can get back to making more inventory and preparing to ship it to Hankyu. But again, thank you for being here and for Ted as well. We're gonna record this. We are recording this, and we're gonna be posting it to so everyone can see this ahead of time before we go. But we're gonna wrap up today. Please attend tomorrow, 11 o'clock, and we're going to be continuing on with the preparation further about consumer engagement and fan building. So, you know, a lot more tips to support you. And then we look forward to seeing you in Hankyu in July. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Mahalo.